Hey, this is Reggie Green over at Team Green and Fairway Independent Mortgage. I wanted to shoot a quick video on how we help real estate agents market a real estate event. And basically, what we're going to go over today is how we create email blasts to market a real estate event and brand ourselves to the people around a real estate event. So it's a pretty simple concept. What we consider a real estate event would be an open house, a listing, whether that's coming to the market, under contract, or sold, a buyer side sold, maybe a neighborhood that you live in that you like to market to as a neighborhood specialist, or a neighborhood that you farm. What we do is we take an address, we contact a title company. We love to use Lawyers Title. They've been great with us and they're great with our data, or we can use a title company that you use. And we get 1,500 residents around that address. Now, when we get those 1,500 residents, usually we're going to get about 500 to 600 emails. And what we do is we use Mailchimp to design emails, send emails, and track emails to basically promote our real estate event. So I'm in Mailchimp right now, and this is what you're looking at right now is the dashboard of Mailchimp. Now, this is Michelle Kozak's account, and we are going to help her create and design a template for her to be able to do this on all her transactions. So start off a little bit just so you get to know Mailchimp. Okay, Mailchimp, this is the dashboard right here. We just opened this account a couple of days ago for her. What a campaign is up here, a campaign is basically an email that you're sending out or you're working on sending out. A template is an email design that you can reuse over and over again. So if you have an open house design that you want to use, you put it in there, and then let's just say you have a new open house. You're obviously going to use that same design, but you're probably going to change the address and the pictures. So a template allows you to create a design that you can reuse over and over again. Audience is a list of who you're sending out your email to, and reports are basically the tracking of those emails so you can see who's opening it. Content Studio, I don't really use, so I can't comment on that one. But what we're going to do today, I actually started one for Michelle the other day, but I'm going to do this one completely from scratch so you can understand how to do this. So like I said, a template is an email design that you're going to use over and over again. We're actually working on one for Michelle because she recently closed a listing and we want to basically brag about that and get it out to the neighborhood. So I'm going to hit Create Template. And they're going to give me a variety of different design options. You can look through these, play around with them. I think the easiest one to use and modify is Basic. So I'm going to hit Basic. Okay, now how Mailchimp is set up, it's set up in different boxes. So you have your logo right here, you have a text box right here, and then I can take these things from over here and bring them over here to design the email. So this is how my email will look. This is where I'm designing it, okay? So we're going to start off with the logo. I click logo and I'm going to replace the no logo in here. Now I've already uploaded some pictures from here. If you're uploading pictures, you just upload them right here and it's going to be in this section for you to grab. So I'm going to start Michelle's email with this. I'm going to grab this and bring it right over. And we're going to put that at the top of her email so she can brand herself immediately. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to save and close that. I like to put dividers into everything. So I am going to take a little divider and put it right here. And when I click this divider, I can actually change the color right here. I'm going to go with like a turquoise type font here. I think that matches her stuff really good. So I'm going to go that, and I'm going to hit Apply to All Existing Divider Blocks. Now I'm going to have to do this again a couple times because the divider blocks are automatically gray. But I just wanted to get an idea of what it would look like here real quick. So I'm going to use that one, hit Save and Close. Okay, now this next design box has a subject or kind of like a subject at the top that's bigger lettering and then other lower or smaller lettering right here. I don't love this format, so sometimes it's hard for me to get the font and size of text that I want. So I always delete this one and just grab a new text box that doesn't have that subject at the top. Now, how we typically do these is we just do the same design every time. So I'm going to remove the existing text and I'm going to put just sold in your neighborhood. I'm going to hit bold. I just use the standard fonts on these, make it easy. Try not to overthink this stuff because it can take a lot of time. And to be honest with you, the content is the main thing. I'm going to go 18 on this and I'm going to center it. And I'm going to do a little spacing just so we get a little spacing there. And that looks good to me. So I'm going to save and close that. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just throw another divider in here just so you can see. See how this divider is gray right there? Okay, and I have dividers that are blue up here. All I do is go right here and hit this again, and that's going to turn blue. So if you want to do that each time, you can, just so you can see how the design looks. Totally up to you. Or you can just wait and do it all at the end. Okay, so how we do this is just sold in your neighborhood, and then we like to take an image below this divider. Sometimes you got to play around with it to get exactly where you want it. Click that, and then we're going to browse an image, and we're going to find one. Now, I already uploaded this. It's a picture of her listing that closed, and I use an app called Watermark Plus. I'll show you what I do here. I put this little watermark on here, and what our goal is we want our consumers or the people open up the email to engage with our brand and click on our website or go to certain things. So I say click for more photos, so we want them to click this just so they can engage with us. Now, what I did with Michelle is I got her listing link. So let me do that, and we can link that. So I am going to hit edit. Oops. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to go to this picture here, and I'm going to hit edit. I did it again. That's if you're changing the sign. So I hit link, I hit web address, and I'm going to put the web address right there, and I'm going to hit insert. So now, if anybody clicks on that, they are going to go to her MLS listing of that particular property. They can see her branding, they can see pictures in the house, and different things where they can engage with her. Okay, below the picture, I'm going to put another text divider. I'm going to hit save and close, and I got that one in here. And below this one is where I am going to do a little bragging about the listing. So I like to use font 18, keep the font the same. Okay, so come back over here. So we just sold your neighbor's house on, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it in the middle. I like to do a little spacing out here. Let me get the address that we just sold on this. And find it over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple links here so she can brand herself and different things. Where is this darn listing? Sorry, I should have had this up. I just got to get that. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we just sold your house on 10625 West Coronado Road, Avondale, Arizona 85392. Okay, now I like to bold this part, and then I'm going to link this. Okay, I'm going to link it, and I'm going to put her MLS listing again right here. Okay, so if someone clicks on that, they can go back to that listing right there. Okay, and it also makes it a different color. Now you can change this color if you want, but the goal is you want them to click your things if possible. Okay, now here, I like to do this little thing that I learned from Samantha Overlees is I do this thing where I say click above to view listings. Click the link above. And then I actually put a picture in here of a little emoji. So I actually just downloaded that emoji from Google, found it, and downloaded it. So I'm going to pick it, insert it. And you're going to have to mess with the width a little bit. When you hit the width, it changes the height per the proportion of the image. So 15 usually works for me when I'm doing stuff like this. So you can see I have a little hand and it matches about the size of that writing to view the listing. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we want to get people to click this or click the photos over here. So now I'm going to continue to move down here on my email. You'll notice over here my design is starting to come into place over here. I might even change this font once I get done with everything. I'm just going to leave that for now. Okay, and now I'm going to do a little bit of bragging on this. Okay, so we had multiple offers in the first day and sold for 5K over listing price. Okay, now whatever you want to put here, we're going to bold this. And then I do the same thing with those emojis, just so I want to make sure that they can see it. But this one I took over here and it's pointing right. So I'm going to insert this. I'm going to change the width to 15, which will also change the height because it's a square. And we're going to go like that. Do it again right here. 15, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we had multiple offers in the first day and sold for 5K over listing price. Okay, now we like to do a little bit of call to action. Great news. Maybe a little spacing here, maybe a little spacing there. Hold that. Now this is actually gray. I'm going to probably change this to black. You can look at your design and change it however you want. But we still have buyers looking to purchase a home in your neighborhood. If you are thinking of selling, or buying, please give me a call at, now here, I like to do these little old school phones. So I actually haven't uploaded this one to her design yet. So let's see if I can find it here. This is in my folder. We just want little things that make your email stand out. Okay, and once you do these a few times, they're really easy. So this little phone I like to put here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to insert it in. Again, I'm going to change the width so it changes the height. Let's see if 15 is big enough for me. Okay, so this one actually looks kind of small. So I'm going to make this a little bigger. Let's maybe say 25. Okay, I like that size. Okay, now I just have to get Michelle's phone number, which is actually up here. 602-545-7214. And then I'm just going to add that picture one more time, insert it, and change the size again to 25. All right, that looks good to me. And I might even change this color a little bit so it stands out. See if I can get a nice turquoise color. See if it works. If not, I might not do it. Yeah, I don't really like that. We'll keep it black. You can mess with this however you want to do it. You just want to make sure it stands out. Or click below to send me an email. I would love to chat. Okay, and then I usually get like an email button. I haven't put one in here, so you can search them online. Some colors are easier to find than others, so I grabbed like a turquoise one, which goes with their colors a little bit. Email us, insert. Okay, I'm going to mess with this a little bit. Let's just do 300. I'll link this in just a second. Okay, so that looks a little big to me, so I'm going to go back to this picture, and I'm going to do 225. And this is just trial by error. Make it look how you want, but you want them to be able to see it and click on it. Okay, so now I hit this, and I'm going to actually hit this link button right here, and I'm going to put here email address. So if they click it, it's going to go to her email. Okay, and her email is michellerkozak@gmail.com. Okay, if someone clicks on this, it only works on cell phones. If they click on this on their actual web browser on a computer, it won't go to this. So just an FYI, that's one thing I've learned. Okay, now if they click on this on a cell phone, it's immediately going to pull this up in their mail, in their email. Now we can actually start even a subject. So if they open the email, it's going to say, "Hi, Michelle," or whatever I want to put here. Okay, I like to leave it blank, so I'm going to hit insert. Okay, and now what I like to do is, you'll notice this is fairly simple. We're not putting a million links in here. One of the things I've kind of found is you don't want to put too much information. You make it pretty simple. Now I'm actually going to go through this, and I'm actually going to make sure all the sizing, I want to make this a little bit bigger. That might be a little bit too big. Let's try 16. And I can see it over here, you'll notice. Okay, and then you'll notice how it's gray over here. I like it black, so I'm going to actually go like that. Okay, so that's what it's looking like right now. I like this link being the turquoise color that it was, so I'm going to see if we can change that back. Possibly if I hit the link again. Oops, for whatever reason, that link went away. All right, there we go. That's how I want it. Click below, make sure I like it over here. We are still in the neighborhood. All right, so this looks decent to me. You can mess with this as much as you want. I'm not sure why the color of this is not rolling over here, so I might see if I can get a color that stands out a little bit, maybe blue. Okay, I like that. That actually pulled over. I also think this bold being right next to each other maybe is a little much, so I'm going to unbold that. Or I might even make that blue. Let's see. This is just kind of your personal preference on how you want to do it. So let's make that blue so it's a little bit stand out, and I might even bold this sold sign. Okay, now this I might want a little bit more spacing on. Also this. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Mess with this as much as you want to get the design how you want. It's really a personal preference. But here's how it looks over here, and here's where you do the adjusting over here. Okay, so I'm going to save and close this. Okay, now I have this. Now I'm going to I put a divider after everything, so I'm going to put a divider into there. Okay, and I'm going to do one more branding thing at the bottom here. I'm going to throw our image here. Usually we'll do a business card or the same image at top. I'm just going to do the same one we already have, just so if they're going through the email, they can get her information at the bottom. I might even link this to her website here. So let me get her website real quick. And this would be her regular website, not her listing website. So if they click on that picture at the bottom, it's going to go to her regular website. Okay, now the last thing I like to do, I actually don't like this divider at the bottom, so I'm going to delete that. And this is where you can put like little links to social media, email, website, things like that. Okay, so I always like to start with Facebook on the far right because it's recognizable. Okay, so I'm going to do Facebook. What you have to do is you have to change this to the person that you want it or where you want it to go to. So I went and looked at Michelle's Facebook page and I got it, and I'm going to put it right here. Now, if anyone clicks on that, it's going to go right to her Facebook page. Okay, the next one I like to do is Instagram. So same type of concept. I got this from her. Put her Instagram right here. Website, I'm going to do that as well. I'm going to add one more service. I'm going to do email. Oh, it was already there. Email is Michelle R. Kozak at gmail.com. All right, so I'm going to save here. So anytime they click here, they're going to be able to go to those things directly. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my top. This is my divider, and I'm going to say apply to all. So every divider in here is now going to be turquoise. So right now I'm just looking at my email, making sure it's exactly how I want it. Just sold in your neighborhood. Click here for more photos, a little bit bragging about the listing and what we did. Divider here, information again here. I might even throw one more divider here. Okay, now you'll notice that's gray again, so I'm going to go up to here, the top one, or whichever one has that color, and then do it again. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me, so that's how I'm going to structure her email. I'm actually, now that I'm looking at this, I feel like having both of these, the exact same image, doesn't look great, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to replace this image. I'm going to upload just the logo of Relevate. So let's try this. Okay, so just so it's a little different. So I'm going to throw that at the bottom instead, and I'm also going to link it to her website, just like we did the last one. Oh, it's actually already in there, so we're good. So this looks good to me. So now I have the design how I want it. What I can do is preview and test it. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to hit send test email. Now, when you send a test email, it's not going to have any of the subject of the email. It's just going to be the body. But what I like to do is send it to myself and send it to other people, check all the links, make sure everything looks good on your phone. So I'm going to send this one to Michelle. Send it to myself. I will send it to Kaylee Taylor. And I'll hit send test. Okay, then all I'm going to do is check that email, make sure all the links and everything looks good. Okay, so, but I'm assuming everything is going to look good. So right here, I'm going to hit save and exit, and this is where I name my template. So for this one, I'm going to put listing sold. So once I have this template, okay, this is the one we just created. I'm actually going to delete this one. This is one I was working on yesterday. Same one, but I wanted to record this one for you. Okay, now anytime she hits this template, it's going to pull up this design. Okay, and she can create different emails off this design. So that's the concept of it. So what I'm going to do is this for this video, it's just putting together the design and the template. The next video is going to go over how to send actual emails and put your audience in here. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, we're always available to help. My name is Reggie Green. You can call me at 480-206-5577 or email me at reggie.green@fairwaymc.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.